Hi there, this is Lena from Lena's Crafty Corner. I'm finally bringing the flip through of the wedding junk journal. I've attempted this 2 or 3 times and had to delete it. I'll explain as we go along, but here it is today, and hopefully I won't have to stop. So I've covered this, I've put this one in a bag. So I've made a white bag with just some vintage table runner, and then I've put a layer of just some more modern net over the top because that was all I had. So it's just to make a bag, and I've just literally sewn that up the sides on my machine and just put some little flowers on the top there. I've tied it with some of this pretty lace, but I haven't sewn that on. That's loose, that piece. So then we'll get into the journal. I'm just trying to make sure you can see because it's quite a big chunky journal. So the front, I did the making of the dress on a video. I did most of covering the front with the laces and things on a video, and in fact the back as well. I did that. This ribbon here that I've put on the bottom is just an extra to tie it. Here on the spine, I've just attached it on the spine. I've put some broderie anglais ribbon on, trim on there, and the spine's underneath, but I've just attached this ribbon to some of the trim there. On the 2 strings from tying in the signature, I've just put a top hat and a love heart with bride and groom on, and some beads just to cover the strings up, and that's just under there. And I've put like a netting over the top of this, which I did show in my video, but that's to protect this bride so that she doesn't get damaged. It's just the dress. I've put a ruffle just on this edge to hold down this because it's not completely tight all the way around. And then the closure, I've done the closure with again another runner, and it had pink bells on, so I assumed it was like a wedding runner, and I've just put a clasp on there with 2 magnets just to hold those together, and a little ribbon. But it's not very tight, that, but I thought if she's going to be adding her own stuff in there, then obviously it's going to get more bulky. So then inside, the inside cover, again, I did that on a video. I'll try and link the videos. I'm not very good at doing that, but I will attempt to actually do that. Let's make sure I'm in. So in here, it's just an envelope from, I think it's, I will list all the things. I think it's maybe, I can't remember which ones this one's from. I will have to look. I can't just remember. I've just put a little note in there, just a personal note to them. And then in this pocket that I've made out of all different fabrics and lace, I've just made this little book in here, which is more full journaling space, and I've just stamped it up. I've only put 1 tag in there just to show her that, because she's not a junk journaler, so just to sort of show her what these pockets are used for, and that she can put her own things in. In the middle, I've just done this with embroidery silk, and I've just put some little love hearts on the strings. I've left the strings quite long, and then it's just literally got some stamps and just some images out of a wedding brochure that I got with all the different bits that you'd have as a bride. So I've just made that as an extra little bit just to go in with you know, quite a bit of journaling space, because I think if people aren't so much into journaling and they get one of these, they would, as a gift, they would probably not really know what to do with it. I showed my neighbour it yesterday, and although she said it was beautiful, you could see she was thinking, why would you use one of those? What's one of those for? She didn't she didn't see, you know, she didn't understand it. She said I would just put it on, you know, on a shelf or something as decoration, because she said I wouldn't know what to do with it. And so I'm hoping this girl likes it, hopefully. I mean, I know her mum loves things like this, so yeah, so this is some of the kits that I've used. This might be a Graffic Fairy one, this one. I've used Janie B journals for a lot of them, but I've got a feeling that's, I think it could be the Janie B journals. I've also used, oh, can't remember the other name, I'm really sorry. I will have to make a list of them, so I've put them in my other video, so they will be listed down below. So this is just a digital kit. I've used one of my lace papers to back it, and then I've done just a little tuck here with a little square with fabric and layers of lace on. And this is definitely from Shabbydabbydoodah, and I've just left room on the back for journaling, and that just slips in there like that. Again, she can take this out and put whatever in. I've got some vintage music paper here, and I think that's got a little slit in it because obviously it's old, and just decorated it up with some lace. On this side, I've used the saying something old, something new, something borrowed and something blue, and I've put a vintage handkerchief in there. That's what I had at my wedding, was a vintage handkerchief. I've put some confetti in there, and in here I've got one of these little vellum pockets, and inside is just some little bits of confetti, and it's on a paper clip, and I've just paper clipped it in there. This is one of the papers from, I'm not going to try and say, I will name them all below because I just can't remember which one this one is, but they are beautiful kits. I've used quite a few different ones. This is from Shabbydabbydoodah, definitely, and I've just put a love out there with a bit of lace behind it, and decorated the bottom up with some lace and some bling, and then I've just put a couple of journaling cards with space on the back. If you want to journal, you could journal on the back of this page as well. And then on this side, this is real ephemera. This is a wedding invitation from the 28th of April 1962, and then I've used one of the Tim Holtz people on the front of there. This is the order of service, so I thought that was really nice because I think things will have changed from today, but I thought that was really lovely. And then this again is one of the digitals, and I've just added some lace. And then this side, this is one of the challenges from Roxy's weekly challenge, and it's the treble pockets from one piece of paper. Can't remember what week it was, but I've popped that in there. This side I've just used one of my ruffles, and I've left that plain, just put a little doily on the bottom and left that plain for journaling on. I've used a gold doily there. I've done some one of my dyed papers, real pale pink, and then I've done some stenciling with some gilding wax on there. I've made a paper clip and put one of the seals on with a bride and groom on there, and just some lace, and I've just put underneath a vintage postcard with Princess Anne's stamp from her wedding. This side is the other side of the paperclip, and then I've just done a bit of a cluster there and popped a journaling card in. And then again, this was something we did in one of the week challenges where we had an invisible pocket, and I've put all little sayings in, so if she wants to write in it and use some headings, they're all in there. And then that just slips in near this love heart, just to fill the page up a bit really. And the backing is one of my lace papers, and some vellum there. This side is just the pocket that's been turned up to make pocket. The music paper's been turned up to make a pocket, just to tuck little bits in there, and then I've put some clusters, and on here I've just put another paper clip on there. On here I've just done a little tuck and done some clusters with some laces. One of the pieces comes over to this side just to resemble the sort of the veil, and then I've done a little tuck here and put a tag in. Here I've just put a journaling card onto a 3/4 side pocket, all made out of linens and lace. And then some of the pages that I've left plainish, I've just put an image of flowers or something on them, just so they're not completely plain. That one is lovely for journaling on, and then I've just let the lace from the other side show through, and I've left that plain as well. This one I've done a belly band, and again that was in one of the challenges from Rachel's weekly challenge, and then I've put a couple of journaling cards in there. One of my coffee dyed papers that I've stenciled with the gilding wax, and then just put some trim on there. This again comes from one of the kits, and I've put an altered paper clip on here. Oh, that's come off. An altered paper clip. Just put some little tickets and things in. And then this is one of the very first videos that I did. I think it is the first video where I just made the secret journaling space. I love making these. And then you can fold it up and you can use it on your page like I have there. You can tuck something in there if you want to do. You can tuck it in there, or you can just tuck them in the top. But if you want something secret, you can tuck them. And then what I've done is I've used, but it's come off, I've used a paper clip, and this was attached in here, but it's come off. But you can still use this. I've just realised this will still work as a cover for that paper clip, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put that in like that, and then attach those, if I can get them under there like that. Sort that out in a minute, and that'll just go wherever you want it now, because that paper clip, but it covers up the paper clip. It does look really pretty. I don't want it there, I want it up there. And then on this side I've used an origami method to make either a bride's dress or a bridesmaid dress, and just stuck it to one of the sides of this space, this journaling space. I think that was really pretty. I got the inspiration for this. I was looking to make some wedding invitations, and I got the inspiration from G Kerr's channel. She does a lot of things like this, and I just thought that would be ideal on there. Again, I've used that same paper. I've used a vellum pocket there, and I've put some actual vintage ephemera in there. This is the other side of the invitation, and I've put a cluster and a small picture of the bride and groom. On here I've just made this little pretty, just to try and resemble what's on the head of the bride. These I've left fairly plain. I've just put a printed on vellum and cut out flowers. This side's just as it is, and so is this side, and I've just put some lace on there. This is the other side of the music paper, and again we've got a pocket, and I've got an attached tag there. Trim with some fancy scissors. I've used scrapbooking paper, and then I've embellished it with gilding wax and a stencil, and just put a sticker of a rose on there. In the background I've just put some applique from some lace, and then this beautiful vintage photo. I think the story behind this is, I like to look at these and I like to make my story up. I think these are twin sisters, and I think they've got married on the same day. That's how I interpret that. They both look beautiful, gorgeous, lovely dresses. I absolutely love that. So that just goes in there. I've got a ruffle down the side of this page, and then I've just left it more or less as it is, with just a little bit of stenciling with the gilding wax. And then this side I've actually, this is from Shabbydabbydoodah, but I've extended this pocket so I could get a good size tag in there, and that just fits down in there. And then I've just used a piece of fabric to decorate the rest of the paper. This side I've used a corner pocket, and then I've made this little booklet from one of the, does that open at the back? Oh no, that's just stuck down. Plenty of journaling space. I made that in one of Roxy's challenges as well. B and G, I've tied little tags. I've tied to the centre of the signature on the strings, because that's the bride and groom's initials. They also say bride and groom, but that is obviously their initials. And then I've just put a couple of journaling pieces in here. I've put a journaling card, and it's pretty plain. I've just sewn around these lovely roses, put a piece of my paper again on the back, and then I've put a little tag and a little heart just hanging down on there. And then I've made a glassine bag with a heart closure, and you can put what you want in there. So that goes in the back of there like that. I've stenciled on the back of the paper just so it isn't bland looking or plain looking. This one I've used some linen, and then I've stamped this image on there, and then just put some bit of a ruffle on the edge, and the paper underneath is just really to strengthen it. And then I've just put a journaling card in there, and a smaller journaling card in there. On this side again, it's one of the things from the challenge. I've clipped a glassine bag with a picture out of the wedding magazine. So you've got a modern bride, and in the back there I've just got a tag and a tiny journaling card. So they go in the back of there. This side, it's all glued down. I've just put the date of the wedding. And on here I've got a vintage lady again. This was done in the challenge with the invisible pocket, and I've made her into the maid of honour, and I've covered that with the vellum. And then I've just used a little cluster on top of one of the pieces of paper I had from the wedding kit that I bought ages and ages ago, but that's from there, and so is that image as well. And then on there I've just put some lace on the edge. And then this again is this is a pocket. I think this is just one I made myself, so use the image from the digital and then put some vellum over the top. I've put all the little pieces in here, so guest book and what does that one say? That one says newlyweds. I can't read them all, they're all upside down. But there's loads of them in there. If you want to take some of this ephemera out, or the person getting it takes some of this ephemera out and wants to put their own bits in, they might have a picture of themselves that they can put behind the vellum. It all depends how much they like it, and whether they just want to leave it up on a shelf or whether they want to actually use it. This is the back of the invite, and it's got some writing on it that I absolutely love, and just one of Shabbydabbydooddah's images again, and then some lace on the corner. Just got a little tag in there in the pocket. Excuse me, the other side of the vellum, and then I've just done a little cluster here just to bring in, because I think she's getting married in some kind of a stately home, so I thought I'd like to add some of those pictures in there. And again, I've just left these fairly plain. This is just a top corner triangular tuck, and just a journaling, like a little booklet there with quite a bit of journaling space, so that just goes under there. Coffee dyed paper, and then this, I've used this from the Shabbydabbydoodah kit. I've just left it with a flip and put this little card in there, so that just tucks under there like that. This side's fairly plain, so is this one. I've just put one of these lace, I've got a bit of something on there, that's it, one of these lace corner pieces on there. Again, I've just put an image on there, otherwise I've left it fairly plain. I do love this album. Again, it's just one of my papers on the back. Then here I've used one of these pieces, and again I'll find out who the kit's from, and I've just done a fold away under there. Vellum again, and just a snippet on that back page there, and then on the back I've made an altered envelope. I've put a belly band on the front, and well, an extra piece, as it's not really a belly band, it's an extra piece, so it's an extra pocket, and I've just put one of the pieces out the wedding kit that I got the ephemera. I haven't used much more of that, so I've got that in there. I will have in a minute. That's it. And then on this side too, there's a card that comes out, and then, as I say, it flips open. That's also a tuck there, and then that's a little tuck there too. And in the back there's a pocket, there's a corner pocket again. The other side of the golden doily, and then this has got a bit of gold on it, and quite a bit, and a little bit of bling at the bottom, and one of the lovely ladies from Shabbydabbydooddah's kit again. Left that fairly plain. This is out of the Edith Holden diary, and I've just left that plain and just put a snippet on there. This side I've left for journaling on, and then this side is for journaling on too, just left plain. And then this is the other side of that invitation. That's lovely with the hymns and things. And then here I've put a piece out of the Edith Holden book, and I've put the 24th of September. I actually wanted to circle that because I haven't actually put a circle around it, so I'd like to do that. I've just put bride and groom there, but I'd just like to do the 24th. Like that. And I'm just going to bring that in a bit. That's it. Just do the 24th on there. And then in here I've made this into a pocket and just put another one of the vellum envelopes in there, and I've left a tab on it so you can see it's in there, and leave the tab on the edge. Some lace on this side, lace on here, and I've turned in the music paper, made a little bit of a seam there so that it was a bit stronger, and put some of this lace on. Here I've just put one of the well, you could have used this as a belly band. I've just edged the page with it, and it's all fabric. On the back I've just put a digital that says marriage certificate, but in this back pocket here that I've made with fabric again, and I've used a bit of that ribbon. I've also used this from G. Kerr's kit, and then I've put this piece on. I'm not sure which kit that's from. This again is from another kit, and I'm not sure which kit that is. I think it's Janie B Journals, but I'm not quite sure. As I say, I will list them all and, you know, give them a look on Etsy. There's some beautiful stuff. And then in here, I thought this could be used for the wedding certificate. So I've got a copy of a wedding certificate going back to 1874. You can see that, 1874. So that's going to go in there. And then I've just put another piece of that music paper white wedding that I wanted to put in there. She can put her own wedding certificate in if she so chooses. And then that just fits in the back of there. That's the back page. And we're back to the back cover. So that's the full journal. I hope you like it. I hope you give the video a thumbs up, and it would be lovely if you could share it and subscribe. And I'll be back to you soon with the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back to you soon. Bye for now.